Hi everyone, it's Michelle here again. This time I'd like to talk to you about your customer contact list. For me, I am very traditional and I love to write things down, so I physically keep a customer notebook. But for you, it could be a Excel spreadsheet in your desktop, or it could just be note section of your cell phone. Whatever works best for you is completely fine. It's just, this is the foundation of your business, your customer contacts. And so you really want to start it at the start of your business. So I'm going to show you what I use. And I have this really cute notebook that's Stevie & Co. colors. Unfortunately, this is not my customer notebook though. To protect the privacy of everyone in my book, I'm just going to use a blank one I found. So I recommend a 3 subject notebook, but do whatever works best for you, and I'll explain why. For my first area, my first subject, I like to leave it specifically for my customers. On the top line, I write their name, then I write their contact information and any details you need to know. For me, I'm a shoe girl, so I need to know their shoe size. So I'll put their shoe size there. I also like to get their birthday so I can send happy mail. And on the next line, I write how I met them, like the date and how I met them. So for this blank customer here, let's pretend we met them at a vendor event. So I'll put the date and I'll put met at X vendor event. Then I'm going to write after that the date again and what was my interaction with them. So did they buy a shoe from me? Or did they say, oh, well, I love that sneak peek. Can you please let me know when it comes out? Or maybe they said, I love that shoe. I can't afford it right now. How about we host a party so I can earn it for free? So whatever it is, I put it on the next line with the date. The date's always important. So now what I'm going to do with that is 2 days after I meet someone, I follow up with, it was nice to meet you and I hope you enjoy your product, or let's schedule that vendor event, or I will let you know as soon as your shoe becomes available. Then 2 weeks after they make a purchase from me, or they've hosted an event with me, I like to follow up again to see how they're liking the shoe and how their friends are liking the shoes. Then I like to follow up 2 months after that and see if they need anything else from me. Do they want to host a party? Do they want to reorder? Sometimes I've gotten new styles in and I know it's up their alley, so I'll let them know, hey, I have this style and I thought of you. So it's always just important to maintain that relationship, and the best way you could do that is if you write it down, because as your business grows, this customer notebook will fill out fast and your memory is not going to contain it all. Like, I have the best memory ever, but like, oh my gosh, after juggling all the kids, it's like it just goes, it goes all the way out my brain. So I love my customer notebook. So that's what I do for my customers. Every single customer I meet goes in this book. And I like to spend 20 minutes as much as I can during a week. So I aim for 4 days a week, 20 minutes, I do follow up. And I know who to follow up with because when I look in there, I have the date there. You never want too long to pass before you reach out to a customer. So that's how I know who I need to contact and follow up with on particular days. Like, oh, I haven't followed up with her in 6 weeks. Let's check in or something. So my second tab is the same concept, but I do it for my team members, because I have 91 people on my team and it's really hard to maintain everyone's what their goals are and what they need from me, like help wise. I love them all, but at a certain point it's just really hard to maintain, and I'm only growing, right? So it's only going to get worse. So I write my team oh, one thing, if they are a customer and they join my team, then I highlight their name, and then I know to come look in my team section. So the team section is the same thing. I put their name up top, I put their contact information, the day they joined, and I also like to put their birthday too. So I have an initial contact, and so I can note when I contacted them and what was the conversation like. What were their goals? Do they want to supplement income? Do they want to replace income? Do they just want the discount for personal use? Whatever it is, I write down their goals so I know how much I need to communicate with them. So obviously if they want to replace their income, I need to be in daily contact with them. If it's just a hobby, I can check in, once a month. So it's the same thing. You don't ever want your team members to feel like you're ignoring them. So it's good to just start getting in the habit of notating all of that. My third tab, again, I'm keeping this blank so I protect everyone's privacy. The third section is my social media planning. So I just like to plan out all my social media posts, and I get ideas sometimes for parties, like theme parties, like sangria and sandals, um, or poolside debuts for sandals or any type of fall parties. I just get really nice, cute theme ideas, and so I like to write it down. Since I do the majority of my parties online, I like to just write all my social media stuff here. So it's posts, it's quotes I find, and then I'll make my own image with word swag. So that's just kind of like all my social media brain dump goes on my third tab. And when I use a quote, I like to put a check mark and the date I used it so I don't ever reuse the quote and things of that nature. So I hope this really helps you get your foundation for your business set with your customer contact list. Another reason this is so good is you'll never have to worry about going to Facebook jail for like PMing people or overposting certain things. If you ever were off Facebook for whatever reason, like you did get put in jail, you still have everyone's contact information here. And you don't have to rely so much on posts, because when you get their phone number, you can just text, hey, I have this ballet fet that you'll love, and you just text it off. And so it really helps you with your sales too, because I don't have to always be relying on Facebook to make sales. I can use it to focus on making connections and building relationships with people. And so when I do text people, I make sure I'm not bothering them all the time. That's, again, why I note it down so I don't harass someone. So I just think going old school, the way our mothers did direct sales with your customer notebook, is the way to go. And so I'm a big proponent of it. I encourage every single one of my team members to get a notebook or start creating an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, thank you so much, and I hope this helps.